Hey guys, this is the numerical and categorical data slides. Let's get started here. Okay, so for this first slide, and I have my screen, full screen presentation mode, but you can see over here the directions. It says to make 3 categories, any 3 categories you want to sort these question cards. Okay, so not knowing anything about numerical or categorical data, look at these questions and what's one way that you can group them? What is your favorite dessert? How many siblings do you have? How do you feel about the first week of school? How many pets do you have? How many pens can you reach? What's your preferred social media? So what you're going to do up here in these gray boxes with the question marks, come up with some categories on how you can put these question cards into 3 groups. There is no wrong answer for this, okay? But to help inspire you, I'm going to give you a couple things that students have said in class. We've had categories on your personal life or your opinion type questions. We have questions about school. We have questions about, what else is there? Just things about your life, like not quite opinions, just like things, like how many pets do you have is a thing, or do you have a dog? Versus how are you feeling? We also had some students make 2 categories, and then in the last category they put other or etc. Just all the other questions that didn't really fit those first 2. Okay, so come up with whatever types of groups you want, put them in those 3 little gray boxes, type them in, and then just drag these cards into those groups. There is no wrong answer for this one. You can pause this video while you work on that. Okay, and that's a good thing about a video reminder that the best part about these walkthrough videos is you can always pause and rewatch them. Okay, now there are 2 different types of data. This assignment is called categorical and numerical data. Data is any type of numbers or information that we can collect. Okay, that is data. We can collect the data, we can read the data, we can do things with the results. That stuff that we're collecting is the data. So what is numerical data? Numerical looks a lot like the word number. Numerical data is data in the form of numbers. Okay, so when we get data and it's in the form of a number, like it is a number, it is numerical data. Okay, what does categorical data mean? If numerical data is data in the form of numbers, categorical data is data in the form of words. Data in the form of words. Okay, so you are going to type that into your slides. Data in the form of numbers, data in the form of words. Just remove that little question mark there. How can you tell the difference between the 2? In 2 sentences, okay? I want you to write at least 2 complete sentences on how you can tell the difference between the 2 types. You can write your own sentence, or you can start with my sentence stem here. I can tell the difference because what? Numerical data looks like this. Categorical data looks like this. And look at these questions here. Look at these types of questions. How can you tell that that question is going to give you numerical data? How can you tell if that question is going to give you categorical data? How do you know if it's going to be numbers or words? Is there a pattern in the way that these questions are asked? Okay, so you're going to do this sort on your own in any way you like. And then, okay, you put in those 2 definitions. You're also going to write your own 2 sentences, so I'm not going to write that part. How can you tell the difference? Next up, now that we know the 2 different types of data, look at those same questions again, and you're going to drag those questions into categorical data or numerical data. So I will do this one because I want to make sure that your assignment has the correct answers, so you can see how I determine what's what. Directions, what type of data do these questions collect? Are we collecting categorical data, so words? If you need to type that in here. Oh, actually, we can't type that in. You could add a text box. Categorical data is words. Numerical data is numbers. Let's look at these questions. What is your favorite dessert? Would they give me a word or a number answer? If I say cookies, that's a word. That's categorical data. How many siblings do you have? How many? That's numerical. That's going to be a number. Do you have a dog? Yes, no. That's a word. That's categorical. How many hours do you usually sleep at night? Whoops, wrong card. How many hours do you sleep at night? 8, I think, is the recommended number of hours. That's a number. That's numerical. How many pens are within reach? How many pens can you grab right now? That's a number, numerical. What is your preferred social media? YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. Those are words. Categorical. How many sports do you play? That is numerical. Maybe you only play one sport. Maybe you play several. How do you feel about the first week of school? Is that going to give you a word answer or a number answer? Put myself in the middle here. How do you feel? Good? I hope you feel good. That's going to be categorical. How many pets do you have? Are you guys seeing a pattern in the numerical data and those types of questions? There's something similar about all these questions. What is your favorite school subject? Math. For me, I don't know about you guys. I'll go math. That is a word answer, so that one's going to be a categorical question. How long does it take to get ready for school? Does it take you 30 minutes? An hour? 1 hour? 2 hours? We're going to consider that a numerical question. Okay, even though it does have the word minutes or hours. Rate your level of agreement on a scale of 1 to 10. Homework should be banned. How do you feel about that? 1 to 10. If you're rating something, you're ranking something, that's going to be a number, so numerical. Are you a morning person or a night owl? Your answer is either going to be morning or night. Those are words. That's categorical. How many bracelets are you wearing? I'm wearing 1. My answer is a number. That is numerical data. Okay, so you can pause this video to make sure your slide looks like this. Check your work. You should have 6 on the categorical data side, and then you should have 8 on the numerical data side. It's not even. Now look at the numerical ones. A lot of them start with how many. Did y'all notice that? How many? Because that's going to give you a number. How many? 1, 2, 30 minutes? An hour? That's a number. How many? So a lot of these numerical ones are how many questions. Sometimes it's rating. How long does it take? Not all of them, but a lot of them. Now let's look at the categorical data ones. There's a lot of what questions. What is your preferred social media? What's your favorite dessert? What? Or kind of like this or that questions. Yes or no? Do you have a dog? Yes or no? Are you morning person or night owl? This or that. Okay, so if you have a couple more thoughts about how you can tell the difference, you can add them in here if you didn't come up with 2 sentences. Next up, let's write some questions. Can we write questions? Some good questions. Ones that will give us numerical data, and then ones that would give us categorical data. Okay. I don't know how to change the color of my text box here. Let's think of some questions that would give us numerical data. That's numbers. We had a lot of creative ones in class. I'm going to do a couple. If you can, think of your own, okay? I'll think of some to hopefully kickstart your thinking. Numerical data. I want a number. So, classic one. How old are you? That's a number. Right? That's intended to be a number. You might have someone answer as say, I'm not old or I'm really old, but that's intended to be a number, right? Okay, and then another one. I know a lot of you guys play video games. How long do you normally play video games? In a day. I'm going to be more specific. How long do you normally play video games for in a day? Or in a day, how long do you normally play video games for? However you word that, it's still going to be a number answer. Okay? Don't have to use my questions. Try to write your own. Categorical data are questions that would result in a word answer. Remember, we saw that pattern in the sort, a lot of what questions or a lot of this and that questions. What are your favorite animals? Okay, that answer should be a word, should be that animal name. What's another question? Would you rather listen to pop music or R&B? That was one of our attendance questions recently. Would you rather listen to pop music or R&B? Your answer is either going to be pop or R&B. Those are categorical. That's categorical data. Okay? All right, I'm going to move on. Whoops. Rewrites. And this is the last slide before you submit. The question below collects categorical data. That means your answer should be words. Rewrite it so that it could collect numerical data instead. We're not writing an entirely new question. We want to change this question so that we get numbers. The original first question is, did you go out to eat last week? How would you answer that? If I asked you that, how would you answer it? Yeah, I did. Or no, I didn't. Okay, that's why it is a categorical question. It's a word. But how can we rewrite this? So we're still talking about going out to eat, but it gives us a number answer. Okay, I'd like you to pause this video and try to rewrite it. Try to rewrite it. See if you can do this independently. Try to rewrite it. What can you come up with? Did you go out to eat last week? Maybe I'm wondering how many times did you go out to eat? That would give us a number. That how many stems, right? Okay. Next, what kinds of pets do you have? Kind of like your favorite animal question. What kinds of pets do you have? Dog, cat, bird. I have no pets. How can I rewrite it so that we get some number answers? How many pets do you have? Or you can be more specific. It doesn't have to be this question. There are a lot of different questions you can ask. You can ask specifically, how many dogs do you have? Or specifically, how many cats do you have? Or how many pets have you owned in your life? Maybe you don't have them now, but you've had this many pets. Okay, so this is not the only right answer. As long as your question is still about going out to eat and pets, okay, rewrite it so it gives you a number answer. Okay, guys, now you do have a digital notebook, so if you like these slides, you can copy and paste it into your digital notebook for you to study, but this is also an assignment grade, so go ahead and click Submit in Schoology so that I can grade it. And now you know, hopefully now you know, the difference between numerical and categorical data. Bye, guys.